Hey everybody, this is Kai from the Techno Funk Boy, also Crethin Dammit here from the Dice Dreary podcast. If you've been keeping up with these videos, I'm trying to give kind of updates on the progression of the Dice Dreary soundtrack album. It should be out soon, but right now I've got to drop that. Why? Because we have a new episode coming out, and that means music. And then if it means music, that means me. And so this is what I'm currently working on. So I thought it might be a good idea, a good opportunity to kind of show what I'm doing here. This is Audacity. This is if you're not familiar with Audacity, this is a free program. If you are kind of in the podcast world, you probably have at least used this. If not using it still, I use this for my podcasting and I like with music I use Cakewalk, but this is just this program is just fantastic for this sort of thing, and so I do use it. This is what Jeff sends me up here. So as soon as he has the edit of the dialogue of what we actually recorded, he will send it to me this way, and then he'll be working on sound effects while I work on the music. And so all of these tracks down here, 1, 2, 3, are all dropped in by me. So there's going to be one of three ways that I do this. The first way is actually what we have right here. And this is like, I have an idea before I get in the episode. I have a really good idea of what I need. And a lot of that stuff is we do bring the same themes, the same music back in appropriate spots to reuse these songs and stuff, especially themes that are tied to a specific place or a person. And so I have a lot of these, and so it's just like in this particular case right here, I know we're leaving the tavern and we're going on in the streets of Valaki, and so I have a song for the streets of Valaki, and so we will kind of start here.
You dropped that.
Actually, Sprocket probably would have been smoother than.
All right, so now the music kicks up.
As you head down the stairs and out into the rain,
Say the rain. This is Valaki. This is what's going on here. Now you notice that on my side of things, the music is turned way up. The dialogue is turned pretty far down, and that's because I need to be hearing the music. I need to be hearing that. That's my concern here is the music, and so this is a lot louder on my end than it will be on yours, or has been on yours in this case. This is episode 13, by the way, that I'm looking at right here. So you'll notice that this is pretty short. My face is in the way in the actual the video. Let me try to get that. This is pretty short. This is about a minute, a little longer than a minute. And this is because this is a song you've heard before. It's actually a song you've heard a couple of times before. And I don't want to beat a dead horse here. You get the point. And so I'm not going to repeat it over and over and over again because you have hopefully already connected this song with Valaki in your brain. You'll notice the next song is a lot longer. Well, this is actually the song for Blinsky's place, and it's actually a broader theme than that. It's kind of for the mechanical world, and we will hear it again even outside of Blinsky's. But you'll notice that it's a lot longer here, and that's because you don't hear this theme as much, and so there hasn't been time for this to really seep in as what it is. So
okay.
this is
saunter in like the happiest moment.
so Sprocket has just walked into Blinsky's.
Cover underneath one of the eaves to get out of the rain, and Sprocket, you just stroll right in.
So that goes on there. All right, so that's the first way that I do this stuff. You'll notice in this episode, because there was no battles in this episode. This was completely role-playing episode. And so there's not a lot of music. I mean, I will put in themes and stuff for appropriate spots, but for extended conversations, I'm not going to score the entire thing. I don't need to, and it's not appropriate. It would distract. And so I want the focus to be on this dialogue. And so I left a huge portion of time here with no music. It was quite intentional. So then we get to this part, and the reason this part kicks in is because Rick Tavio has just started saying something very, very important, and so I want Rick Tavio's theme to come through. Now, Rick Tavio's theme in its pre-recorded form is a song. And this is the song Sunlight. And this is a song that he sang in the inn when we first encountered him. And that is his theme. And this chord progression comes up at important Rick Tavio moments. And this is one of them. But I don't want the song to kick in. I want it more subtle. And so this is where I will actually turn to my synth here that is plugged into this and play along. I'll have the headphones on listening to the dialogue, and I'll play along with it, taking the cues from the episode itself. And so that's what happens here.
I think it's time we all have a bit of honesty.
So this chord progression is Rick Tavio's theme.
He says,
You're going to hear it again. Well, if you've heard episode 15, it's very important in episode 15. So what I had there was I just had a piano and a string sound, dual sounding on the synth, and I just played it straight and just one time. So here I do it again, and you notice I have it separated in 2 tracks. That's because I did it once with one sound, and then I came back and added the other sound in. So this is what I use this for a lot.
Rudolph
is just
Van Richten. And all of you look.
So that's the same kind of piano string sound, just very low note, probably octaves,
is a very
and holding it.
Noble-looking gentleman.
All right, now
Just kind of
then I
chiseled
came
face,
in
very
with a
tall,
very, very tense, very, very tense
well-dressed, has a-
sound
you
here
see Van Richten's
that swells.
eyes just kind
And
of
I think I need to go back and I need to check, but I think this was cut out
Excuse
of the
me,
episode.
where are my manners? And he turns to all of you.
Probably because it's really irritating.
Introduce myself. My name is Vasil.
I mean, it's really irritating, right?
Bows a little bit, never taking his eyes off of Irina.
And I knew it was irritating, but it's also very, very tense, and that was the point. But yeah, it's like that is an irritating sound, and so I'm trying to remember if Jeff cut that out. If I certainly don't blame him if he did. That's when I was putting it in, I put it in there kind of in my mind as like an option. It's like, yeah, he might cut it, he might leave it in. Either way, it's fine with me. Kind of an attitude, and so though that's way number 2, where I will like live perform it into the episode. So the other way, and I've done this in episodes 14 and 15, is I'll actually take the dialogue, and instead of putting it here, I'll put it in Cakewalk. Because I am tying the music directly into the action. And that's what happened in that chase scene. And that's why the music just tied so closely with the action. And the themes were changing as the chase was changing. And like Rick Tavio's theme would pop up as Rick Tavio's standing up. And the hero's theme is playing when we're being somewhat heroic and that sort of thing. And that's why. It's because it was done directly in Cakewalk. But that is a lot harder to do. And I had to request the episodes early in order to finish that. And it was still exhausting. And so I don't because I have a day job and a family, this is not something I can do all that often. And so most of the time I will in advance write a song that I know will fit in with the episode. And if I need to extend it a little bit, if I need to contract it a little bit, that happens all the time, and that's fine. But that's the way I normally work. I don't foresee doing kind of the Cakewalk third option again until maybe the final battle. Just because of how intensive it is. But as an overview, that's kind of how we insert the music into the episodes. And so at the end of the day, I will just cut that track out, and I'll send it to Jeff. Just the WAV file of just the music with these massive gaps and everything. And he will be able to plug it right in, and he's working on the sound effects, and so plug that in as well, and then balance it out, and we have an episode. So, yeah, that's watch out for one of those popping up this week on Wednesday. And otherwise, also watch out for the Dice Dreary soundtrack, because that is coming. That is coming this week, and so I'm really excited for y'all to hear that. Until next time, talk to you later.